for bringing in that holistic view. Let me bring in Mr. Dhruv Galgotia, who's the CEO of Galgotia University, on his comments on what has changed in the last 17 months, especially in how do you define the new normal with technology and virtual and hybrid being the words that describe the new normal. Give us a sense of what are you doing at the Galgotia University to be able to stay futuristic and, so to say, blend the best of both worlds.
Thank you, Dr. Batra. Thank you for having me here. And it's a pleasure to be accompanied with such esteemed panelists. To give you an overview, I think by the end of August 2021, over about 150 million students over 19 countries would have been either attending virtual classes or would have had no college or schooling at all. And this has created one of the largest disruptions in the education system in the history, affecting almost about 1.6 billion learners across the world. It has been more than a year since the first nationwide lockdown to contain the COVID-19 pandemic in India in March 2020, when schools and colleges were closed and online classes came in vogue. Parents, teachers, administrators, government people, students themselves have raised major concerns over this potentially life-altering decision of whether the students have to go to college or not. The recent second wave of the pandemic has made everyone even more anxious and apprehensive about the safety and well-being of students on campus. This situation has not only led to the loss of education, but also their social and mental well-being, which has unknown long-term consequences. Now, when we talk about the shift from offline to online, I believe that COVID-19 has shaken up, rather woken up the education sector wide awake to change and address the issue of redundancy in the education system. Some of the Indian universities have reacted and responded well to the pandemic in a very systematic and planned way by enabling use of technology in providing education. There has been a tectonic shift from offline classes to having online classes, virtual labs, online assessments and examinations has been great, and it has also seen many challenges when it comes to the quality of imparting education. Even the government has been pretty proactive in providing students with platforms like Swayam Diksha, Swayam Prabha, National Digital Library.
And they existed before COVID, by the way. So
yes, absolutely. So that has further accentuated the digital transformation. And even corporates and recruiters have also adopted this transformation and were quick to shift the entire recruitment process online. And we saw great placements happen even during lockdown. So I believe that technology can never replace a great teacher, but it can be a great tool if great teachers use technology to impart education. And the blended mode of learning is here to stay. And I'm sure that has been well established in all the talks that you've done in the past. And has been a successful model across the world, not only in India. And when we talk about normalcy, universities are likely to open in a graded manner in conformity with all the COVID norms that are going to be set by the government and by the universities. But having said that, there are challenges in online classes. We should not just sit back and be happy about just imparting education through online means. There is a lot of gap when it comes to the quality of education. And I believe that the scarcest resource will be time and how effectively you can manage it. Most institutions will be compressing their syllabus and making learning hours even more effective. The attention span of a student is not more than 15 to 20 minutes in an online class, even though the class may be for an hour. Students with slow learning capabilities will need to be provided with recorded lectures so that they can go back to the classroom anytime at their pace and understand and learn again. Social distancing will need to be followed, and classrooms will ensure that there is no chance that 50 to 60 students will be sitting in the classroom. They will have to have a complete redesign to accommodate less number of students to be in conformity with the COVID norms. To look at the larger picture, there is a digital divide in the society where some students have access to the latest e-learning tools, laptops, mobile phones, smartphones, and some don't even have access to basic internet and in some cases even electricity. When you look at mental health, it needs to be given its due importance and more awareness, and a strategic way to handle mental health needs to be given attention. When you talk about measures to ensure quality, I think we need to strike a balance between reduction of content and effective learning completion. Uh, we are all using, almost all good universities are using the outcome-based system of education and are following the Bloom's taxonomy. And we need to have an effective curriculum plan to ensure the quality of teaching and timely completion of the delivery of course in conformity with the outcome of the course. And the new classroom is not just about the teacher being prepared. I believe it is now the student also has to be prepared when they come to the class, and they will do so by if the university provides proper reading material, online content, pre-recorded videos, lecture notes that need to be provided to the students before he enters the classroom. And this will lead to a new pedagogy and will lead to a well-prepared content delivery system, which will evolve as we go around once we reopen. I think universities will need to have proper training centers and proper training sessions for content creation and delivery, which will need to be given to faculties across disciplines. Evaluation techniques will need to be reinvented and planned so that the outcome of the learning is achieved and attained. And most importantly, I think universities really need to invest and upgrade their infrastructure, especially with regard to upgrading their IT infrastructure when it comes to classrooms, be it smart boards, lecture capture systems, video recording studios, e-content storage servers. Uh, so I think the blended mode can be used more effectively when we have the above. And I believe that the students have the aptitude. There is nothing that can stop them if they have the aptitude, and they can achieve their goal, whether it is getting their dream company, whether it is
Learning.
a startup that they have to make. I think it's the choice is there. They have all the content in the world available to them. And I also believe that this is a great time and a huge opportunity for all the universities and institutions to recreate, to reinvent, and to revisit the way education is being imparted. So I'll
Fantastic.
yeah, I'll conclude my